Hey everybody, welcome to Crack Pack Tuesday, number 111 on the Mana League. I'm John as always, and here it is. Here's the second last Amonkhet pack. We have had a spree of bad packs lately the past few weeks. Maybe this one gets better. That being said, the bad packs make more discussion. Do we take this garbage card or this garbage card? Because we don't have a choice. But let's crack this one open, see what's in it. See what we would take. Pack one, pick one, if this was a draft. Up first is Mr. Bloodlust Insider. We've talked about him before. We've talked about how, yes, way back when, he was second picked, but I don't think you should, and I'm certainly not. Compelling argument, 1 and a blue for a sorcery. Target player puts the top 5 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Cycling for a single blue mana. If you're in the cycling deck, this is surprisingly fine because it says cycle for a blue. You're not milling anybody out. Yes, you can maybe mill yourself to get your approach to the second sun, but that is a fringe case. Miasmagomi, 1 and a black for a 2/2 creature zombie Jackal. When it enters the battlefield, each player discards a card. This is fine if you have Gravediggers to recur it, or Wander in Death to recur the card you throw away, rather. Or if you need to be discarding cards or cycling them for Archfiend or stuff like that. Maybe in the zombie deck you can play this, but you're not first picking it. Never, ever, ever. Giant Spider's up next. 3 and a green for a creature spider, 2/4 with reach. I am very happy to see Giant Spider back. Giant Spider is a stalwart. It's from Alpha. It was in like every standard ever up until a year or two ago, and I'm glad to see it back. That being said, in this format, it's just not very good. It's a pure sideboard card. Don't pick it highly. Electrify is a card that we could first pick. 3 and a red for an instant. Electrify deals 4 damage to target creature. The fact that people are discussing that this might just cost too much for this format is ridiculous, and I don't mean they're ridiculous. They're correct to say that and to suggest that, but this set is a little bit ridiculously fast if this is too expensive of a card. I'm certainly going to keep it in frame. I would first pick this card. I just can't seem to grasp how, maybe it's just being too overdrafted, but I can't grasp how to draft the 1-drop, 2-drop deck. I just can never find enough cards that are truly playable for it. My assumption is that it's overdrafted. Those Who Serve is 2 and a white for a creature zombie to 2/4. That's all it is. If you're in the zombie deck, you might play it. If you need a 2/4 for 3, you might play it, but otherwise, you're not taking it. Certainly not first pick. We got a Sledge Blade. People have talked a lot about Sledge Blade. Never, ever, ever should you first pick it, and I don't agree that you should ever try to draft the Sledge Blade deck. I don't care if you see a couple go by in pack 1. On average, a draft has 2 copies of any common. If you try to go in the Sledge Blade deck in pack 1, you may never see any more. And that's not like a fringe case that you might not see any more. On average, you will not see any more. I think it's too dangerous. I think it's way too... Everything has to go perfectly correct. And obviously, if you wait until pack 2 or pack 3 to go into it, it's way too late. You won't get enough there. Yes, I've seen people with 6. No, it will basically never happen for you. Not a first pick. Gift of Paradise has been in like every pack for the past 5 or 6 weeks. We've talked a lot about it. If you're going to ramp, if you're going to splash, it's fine. Otherwise, no go. Chakra Elite is our final common, which means we have a foil. 3 and a white for a creature bird warrior to 2/2 flying. When it attacks, you may exert it. If you do, all your creatures get +1/+1. I like Chakra Elite. I think I've first picked it before. I certainly don't feel good about it, and it's not competing with Electrify in any way, shape, or form, so we're not going to keep it in frame. But it's a good card. I'll play at least one of these, if not a couple of these, in basically every white deck. Our first uncommon, as I just knock the camera flying out of focus, there we go, is Devoted Cropmate. 2 and a white for a creature human warrior. It is a 3/2. You can exert it when it attacks, and if you do, you can return a creature card with CMC 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. This is a fine card. I've never really gone off with it, so I don't think it's actually that powerful. I don't think it competes with Electrify, but it's fine. It's a 3/2 for 3, which is aggressive enough for this format. And obviously, if you're really jamming a ton of 1-drops and 2-drops, it can get them back if it lives. I guess you get the first one back at least, but I don't know. I've never really seen people go off with it, but I think it's fine. So I'd consider first picking, but not against an Electrify. I would consider first picking an Edifice of Authority against an Electrify because it's a 3-mana artifact that every single deck ever should play. Even the aggro decks would probably be fine with an Edifice of Authority. This card's broken. It's ridiculously good. 1 mana, target creature can't attack this turn. Put a brick counter on it. 1 mana, if you have 3 bricks, it becomes arrested until your next turn. Ridiculously good, goes in every single deck. Spring to Mind is our final uncommon. It's an Aftermath card. It's not great. 2 and a green to ramp. Go get a card, put it in tapped. 6 mana, draw 2 cards. It's fine if you're ramping. If you're in green-blue, you're probably ramping anyways. I'll play this in green-blue, but it's very far from a first pick. It is on the wheel for sure. Our rare is a Champion of Ronis. Very good card if you can sneak in, a Greater Sandworm or something really dumb like that. 3 and a green for a Jackal Warrior 3/3. When it attacks, you can exert it, and if you do, you can put a creature card from your graveyard or from your hand onto the battlefield for free. So 7/7 on turn 5 seems great. Turn 4 if you've got a Bloodlust Insider. I've had that happen against me. Yeah, Champion of Ronis is just really good. What's our foil? Our foil's garbage. Scribe of the Mindful. We're not first picking it. So in this pack, I think it's really between Champion and Edifice, which is basically staying open or going into green. Is Champion bomby enough to beat the Edifice? Honestly, I'm not sure. I haven't played with it. I've played against it, and I always feel like it's very beatable. You have to have that big giant creature in your deck. You have to have that big giant creature in your hand for this to be powerful. Otherwise, it's a 3/3 that brings along, I don't know, a 2/2, another 3/3 maybe. Edifice of the Authority, on the other hand, you will play this card. Regardless of how your draft goes, you will play this card. You may not play this card if your draft doesn't go towards green. So I think I'm on Edifice of Authority. But I can absolutely see the Champion of Ronis. Let me know what you would have taken in the comments down below. Would you have taken the Champion, the Edifice, the Electrify, or something else? Let me know down below. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me on Twitter at TheManaLeak. That's L-E-E-K, like the vegetable, not the card. You can also find me at Facebook.com/TheManaLeak, Twitch.tv/TheManaLeak, and I think I already said Facebook.com/TheManaLeak. Patreon.com/TheManaLeak is the final place that you can find me, where you can support this channel, keep it going, keep it growing, work your way towards earning one of these playmats and other various rewards. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see y'all next time.